What does love look like? When you have nothing left to give. She was just a shadow in the corner, curled tightly, her frail body wrapped around a tiny mound of warmth. 14 newborn puppies, barely 2 days old.
She was so scared, shaking and not letting us get too close to her or the babies.
When I stepped into the room, her head snapped up. Her eyes met mine, wide, frightened, but so full of love for the fragile little lives pressed against her belly. She didn't growl. She didn't bare her teeth. She just trembled, silently, as if waiting to see whether kindness or cruelty would come next. I lowered my voice. "Hey, Mama, it's okay. You're safe now. We're here to help." But she didn't know that yet. All she knew was survival. She had been fighting alone, protecting her puppies from a world that had never been gentle with her. 14 babies on a medium-sized dog. It's hard to imagine how much strength that takes. Her ribs showed with every breath. Her eyes were tired, her body drained. Still, every few minutes she would nudge her puppies closer, counting them with her nose, making sure each one was still breathing. We slid a small bowl of food toward her. She sniffed it, then nudged it toward her babies, as if to say, they need it more than me. "Come on, Mama," I whispered, pushing it closer. "That's for you."
Hey, Mama.
Getting her to eat enough became our first mission. Without her strength, the puppies had no chance. So we fed her gently, patiently, small portions at a time while preparing backup milk for the babies in case her body couldn't keep up.
And supplementing the puppies if needed.
By the second morning, the exhaustion in her eyes was unmistakable. She barely slept. Every small sound sent her body into alert. We arrived at the shelter at dawn, 5:30 a.m., to clean her room, change her blankets, and make sure her little ones were warm and dry. That day, I sat quietly on the floor a few feet away. Slowly, I slid the bowl of chicken closer to her paws. She sniffed again, and this time, she took a bite. "Good girl," I said softly, tears in my eyes. "That's it. That's for you." It was a small victory, but it meant everything. Miss Susie, one of our kindest volunteers, began cooking fresh chicken every single day for her. Even on her days off, she would swing by the facility just to drop it off. Mama began to recognize the smell before we even entered the room. Her eyes would brighten, her tail give a tiny, hopeful wag. Through food, trust began to grow. By the end of the first week, the room wasn't silent anymore. It was alive, with tiny squeaks, soft whimpers, and the rustling of 14 little bodies learning how to move.
Look at these puppies. Look at these puppies.
They're absolutely beautiful.
When they finally began to stand, they followed their mother everywhere, a wobbly, adorable parade of tiny paws and hungry mouths. And Mama, oh, she was perfect. Even while she was still recovering herself, she gave them everything. Every ounce of her strength went into keeping them warm, full, and loved. We named her Love Bug because there could be no better name for a mother who had survived so much and still loved so deeply. As the weeks passed, her transformation was breathtaking. The trembling skeletal dog we'd first met began to lift her head high. Her eyes softened. Her tail wagged when we entered the room. Time moved quietly, almost too fast. The tiny newborns grew into curious explorers. Some were bold and fearless, eager to tumble out of their bed and chase each other. Others preferred to curl up in a warm pile, content to nap under their mother's chin. But no matter how far they wandered, they always came back to her. She was their world, their safety, their home. And for Love Bug, that love was her healing. Her coat began to shine. Her body grew stronger. She learned that every time the door opened, it brought kindness, not fear. She wagged her tail freely now, with the unguarded joy of a dog who finally knew she was loved. When adoption day came, the room was filled with laughter, happy tears, and soft goodbyes. One by one, the puppies met their new families, arms ready to hold them, hearts ready to love them. Watching them go was bittersweet. Love Bug sat quietly in the corner, eyes following each pup as they left. There was no panic, no fear, just calm understanding, as if she knew her job was done, as if she understood that letting them go was the final act of love. And then it was her turn. After everything she had given, everything she had endured, Love Bug was finally ready to begin her own new chapter. She moved to a foster home, warm, quiet, peaceful, a place where she could rest, play, and learn to be loved, not as a mother, but simply as herself. Sometimes I still think about that first day. The trembling dog in the corner, wrapped around her babies, refusing to give up. How could someone so weak be so strong? How could a heart that had known so much fear still hold so much love? Love Bug's story reminds us of something powerful. Love doesn't come from comfort or ease. Love is what we give when the world has taken everything from us. And we choose to keep giving anyway. She had nothing left, but she gave everything. If Love Bug's story touched your heart, please share it. Let the world see what a mother's love can do. Leave a comment. What would you name her 14 little miracles? And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories of rescue, healing, and hope. Because together, we can create more happy endings for those who are still waiting for their second chance.
Bug. Come on. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. You're doing it. Good girl. Good girl. Good job. Come on. Let's walk. Let's walk. Come on. Come on, Love Bug. Come here. Come here. Come here. That's what we're going to have to do, huh? I'm going to have to walk away and then turn around and call you. Come here. Come here. There you go. Good girl. Good walk.
That's good. Good girl. Look, we're all walking. Come on. Let's walk. Let's walk. Come on.
Come on, Love Bug.
Good girl. Good girl.
We're going home.
We're walking. That's so good.
Oh, it's good girl.
That's a good girl. We can do it. We can do it.
Come on.
That's good.